Hey my beautiful girls and my handsome boys, welcome back again to your favorite astrology channel, which is the one and only Jupiter Astrology. And today in this video we will discuss a really important thing. So if you are a male, you can watch this video for your wife, and if you are a female, you can watch this video for your husband as well. Like, I want you guys to watch this video for your spouse, because this video is for both genders. See, Venus is important in terms of your romantic encounters, love, and a lot of other things. But especially today, we would like to focus that if you are a male, you can watch this for your wife, and if you are a female, watch this video for your husband. So this is for both gender, first of all. Okay, so let me just tell you now. Guys, I would like to tell you before you move forward, you can directly take consultation from us. We have created a website now. It's so simple. You can go there, link in description and the comment section below. You can just click there, and just click of a button, you can just simply purchase directly consultation from us, as the instruction are given on the website, and then we will just help you out in the consultation. Okay guys, so for that, links are in comment section and description. You can purchase consultation also. Guys, see, first of all, I would like to tell you, for marriage relationship, of course, we see a lot of men, like a lot of other things, but this particular technique I think is really good, and I think it's really nice that you can see whether you are a male or female. For your spouse, you can see this, because see, Venus, when it comes to like the love, romance, sex, or anything related to like the unionship, love, romance, or etc., this topic, then Venus become the first planet that we pay attention to. So today what I want you is that I want you guys to see planet which is 7th from your Venus. Okay, so wherever your Venus is placed, just count 7 places from that place, and whatever planet is there in the 7th from the Venus, you have to see that planet. Okay, and as per that planet, you will see some characteristics of your spouse. Now one question may arrive, that if, let's say, 7th from the Venus, there is no planet, that what I will do? Many of you ask that. I know how you guys think, right? So in that case, what you can do is that you can even look at your 7th lord, which means like the planet which is 7th from the Venus. If not present, then look at the Rashi, the sign which is there, and look at its lord. So let's say 7th from the Venus house is empty, and let's say your 7th from the Venus is the sign of Cancer, then you're gonna have to see the moon also. Okay, you can do this for this technique, right? Now one more thing I would like to add. If you are a female and you want to watch it for your husband or boyfriend, then you can also watch or also see 7th from the Mars. Okay, just for this particular technique. I know that we also see from the Jupiter and 7th lord, etc., but for this technique, it's a unique technique. I want to tell you that if you are a girl, then first see 7th from the Venus, then see 7th from the Mars also, so which give you more ideas regarding your partner. But if you are a boy, then you only have to see 7th from the Venus. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you guys, that how you have to see. One simple thing you can do is that wherever your Venus is placed, just simply make that house your ascendant, and then simply see that 7th from that is which house. So in that way, it become easy for you guys. Or otherwise, you guys can just count 7th from the Venus. Okay, so yeah, I can even let me just even give you first example how you have to count 7th from the Venus wherever its position is. Okay, first let me show you how you guys can just count. Okay, so I hope you guys are able to see on the screen. So let's see that Venus is placed here in your chart. Okay, how you have to see the 7th house. Okay, so let's say Venus is here, so 7th from the Venus in this case is this house. So you have to pay attention to this house, which planets are there in this house. Now let's say Venus is placed here in the 2nd house. Okay, in that case, 7th from the Venus is the 8th house. So you have to pay the attention to the planet which is placed in the 8th house. Okay, now let's say 7th from the let's say Venus is placed in the 3rd house. So for your case, 7th from the Venus is the 9th house. So you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 9th house. Let's say Venus is placed in the 4th house. So 7th from the Venus is which house? 7th from the Venus is 10th house. So now you have to pay attention to the planet in the 10th house. Now let's say Venus is placed in the 5th house. Okay, so 7th from the Venus in this case is the 11th house. So now you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 11th house. Let's say Venus is placed in the 6th house. In this case, 7th from the Venus is the 12th house. So in this case, you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 12th house. I'm trying to simplify for you. Now let's say Venus is placed in the 7th house. In this case, 7th from the Venus is the 1st house. So you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 1st house. Let's say Venus is placed in the 8th house. In this case, 7th from the Venus is the 2nd house. So you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 2nd house. Okay, now let's say Venus is placed in the 9th house in your chart. So in this case, you're gonna have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 3rd house. Now let's say Venus is placed in the 10th house. In this case, you have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 4th house. Okay, now let's say Venus is placed in the 11th house. In this case, you're gonna have to pay attention to the planet which is placed in the 5th house. And now finally, let's say Venus is placed in the 12th house in your chart. In that case, you're gonna have to pay attention to the planet placed in the 6th house. That's how you have to see your chart. So I try to simplify you. Like simply now you can see that okay, I have Venus in the 1st house, so I have to pay attention to the planet in the 7th house, because 7th from the Venus is 7th. If Venus is in 2nd, 7th from the Venus is 8th. If Venus is in 3rd, 7th from the Venus is 9th. If Venus is in 4th, 7th from the Venus is 10th. If Venus is in 5th, 7th from the Venus is 11th. If Venus is in 6th, 7th from the Venus is 12th house. If Venus is in 7th, 7th from the Venus is 1st house. If Venus is in 8th, 7th from the Venus is 2nd house. If Venus is in 9th, 7th from the Venus is 3rd house. If Venus is in 10th, 7th from the Venus is 4th house. If Venus is in 11th, 7th from the Venus is 5th house. If Venus is in 12th, 7th from the Venus is 6th house. Okay, that's how you have to see your charts. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain that. Now for girls, they can also see Mars after Venus. Okay, by replacing Venus with Mars. So I hope you guys can understand this. Now let's move to our different planets. Guys, let's see that as per different planet which is placed 7th from your Venus, okay, then what will gonna happen. Now I would like to add again that if you are a girl, then you should also see the planet which is 7th from the Mars. Okay, so first see the planet which is 7th from the Venus, then see the planet which is 7th from the Mars also, and then you will get the combined effect in your partner or in your boyfriend. But if you are a man or if you are a boy, then you have to see only 7th from the Venus. Okay, so I hope this is clarified or you get the clarity. For boys, see only 7th from the Venus. For girls, see 7th from the Venus and then 7th from the Mars also. Okay, so now let's say Moon is placed 7th from the Venus. Okay, Moon is placed 7th from the Venus. Then what will happen? Okay, so I'm saying 7th from the Venus. You can also consider 7th from the Mars if you are a girl. Okay, so like when I say 7th from the Venus is this, 7th from the Venus is that planet, you can also like relate to the 7th from your Mars. Say the same, see the same video for that. So let's say 7th from the Venus is first Moon. Okay, so what kind of a spouse you can expect, right? So first of all, you will see that if Moon is placed 7th from your Venus, okay, then what you will see, the partner you will have is kind of a emotional person, and also he or she will be sensitive also. Okay, and also you will notice that there is a good possibility, or I can say even high possibility, that your partner would like to travel, or in fact I have to correct myself, he or she would love to travel. Okay, if you have 7th from the Venus, or in girls case both 7th from the Venus or 7th from the Mars is moon, then your partner would also will also love to travel. It may possible that they want to do something in which they could be a travel like they could be like they I want to just travel, and it may also possible that you also want to travel. And if you have this position, then you should really feel lucky, because you will get that kind of a partner. uh, so yeah, that could also be seen. I also personally myself like to travel, and like I'm just giving you example. Let's say you want to travel and you want a partner so that you guys can travel the world, maybe do something, maybe do online kind of a digital nomad kind of a work and just travel the world. And this is really a great placement, because if 7th from the Venus, or in girls case both 7th from the Venus and Mars is moon, then moon give you such a partner who would love to travel with you. Okay, so that's really a great position for that sense. Also, you will notice that your partner could be someone who could be very caring. Okay, so maybe he or she would like to cook for you, will like to care you a lot. you know like you will notice that especially some males are very lucky, they get a wife who just care them like their mother, cook for them and care them. So that the kind of a partner you will get. So yeah, that is also seen. Now, although there is one more thing, that when moon is 7th from this planet, then what will gonna happen is that moon will also give you a spouse who could have fluctuation, or I can say mood swings also. Like one point they are feeling very happy, then they are feeling sad, they are feeling low. So fluctuations in mood can also be seen, because moon go ups and down. Moon is like waxing and waning, waxing and waning. So yeah, that is the kind of a nature you will also see in your partner. Okay. Now, when this moon is placed 7th from this planet, then it could also be possible that just after getting married, you guys will travel abroad, or maybe the person who have this placement. So let's say you have this placement in your chart, so it may also possible that as soon as you get married, you may start to live in other place, irrespective of even if you are a male or female. Something happened due to which you have to travel and live in far away place, or in some other country or something like that, or maybe at long distance even within your country. Okay, so change in living place after marriage could also be seen with such placement. Okay. Also, because moon is travel and moon is change, so she may likes to change. Like it may also possible that, let's say, she may you guys will live together in some place, so she may like to do changes in your home, changes in the room, or he may, like, because of course, sorry, it is for both. You see, I am a male, so I see as a like my partner like kind of a like a girl's perspective. So like please try to understand, I am a male, so I always say she, because I am a male. So if you are a girl, then automatically understand that I am saying for your husband or your boyfriend. Okay, so he or she will like to have a lot of changes. If you have 7th from this planet as moon, then maybe they would like to do changes in the home, like, hey, now let's put our sofa there, and now let's put our bed over there. And then maybe after some month they are like, oh my god, I'm feeling bored, I need something change. And then they put your study table over there, your work table over there, let's convert this as our living area, and this and that. So that kind of changes could also be seen. Also, because of this change, they would love to travel, your partner would love to travel. They are like, oh, I'm feeling bored, let's travel to this place. Or maybe they are in some work that also show traveling. Okay, or like due to which they have to travel, and you're gonna have also to travel with them, right? With your partner, I mean, with your spouse. So you may notice that because moon is there, seventh from these planets. So not only your partner will love you, care you, like nurture you, but also he or she wants you to do the same. He or she want you to care them. He or she wants you to kind of I can say, like they expect you to understand them emotionally, care them, nurture them. So they expect the same, right? And emotional understanding could be really important for your partner, right? That could also be seen. Of course there could be changes in this depending upon how other planets are influencing or aspecting or in conjunction with the moon. Okay, as per that there could be some changes, but generally these are the things that you will see as per like the seventh from the moon, sorry, seventh from the Venus when moon is placed, or I can say in girls case also seventh from the Mars and seventh from the Venus, right? If moon is placed, then these are the things you will see. Now guys, what will gonna happen when seventh from the Venus, or for girls seventh from the Venus or Mars is Mercury? Let's see. That would be young, youthful, like the youthful looking spouse. It may possible that in this case spouse can be younger than you, or he, if he is like the same age like you, then it may possible that he will look or she will look youthful, she will look less age than its actual age. Okay, now appearance will be youthful, spouse will be extremely intelligent, or I can say clever person, very expressive kind of expression is there, could be talkative also, right? Very talkative, very expressive. um you know, he or she may like traveling also, right? They would like to travel to different places or different country, and there also it may possible that they are very freedom loving kind of person, good in communication. These things can be seen. Now Mercury is a changeable, or I can say the dual nature planet. So if it's aspected by the good planet, having the good aspect depending upon your chart, etc., then it's really a good thing. you know Otherwise it may also possible that a spouse may show like their dual behavior. Like for example, I'm telling you some things over here which are different, so that you can obviously ready to adapt according to situation. So it may possible that because of this you may feel that, okay, yesterday my spouse is saying that he's not like the cold weather, and today he's saying, or today she's saying that she doesn't like the hot weather. Like what this? So it's like a dual standard. So these things can also be possible. So get ready for this. I have given you one example. It can also be possible in other aspect of your life. Okay, so it may also possible that, let's say, your spouse can say, hey honey, let's go to have, like, let's go for a restaurant to have food, and then after 10 minutes you get ready and they're like, oh, I think it's not a good idea to go for a restaurant, let's have food today over here in the home. And then you're like, what? 10 minutes back you said that we have to go to restaurant, but then he or she is like, oh, I don't think so now. And then after 5 minutes she again like, oh, I think we should go. So it's like a changing nature can be seen. Like for example, I'm just giving you some examples. But yes, obviously she will have or he will have extraordinary communication skills, good communication skills. uh, Deep and long lasting love can also be seen. uh, your spouse could be successful in business or succeed in business or like communication intelligence related field because of this Mercury influence, and he or she could enjoy trade, commerce, and also interacting with other, like selling anything. He could also have, or she could also have good selling skills. um he or she will be like happier and like the fine appearance person, and extremely intelligent, intellectual, very intellectual oriented, and a successful. He or she could also get success in writing related field, media, communication, traveling, right? All these kind of things. Now also, as I discussed, that depending upon planet and conjunction aspect, all these kind of things can be changed. So we're gonna have to see that. For that, full horoscope consultation is required. uh, Also, it may be possible that due to this, he or she would like to like finely dress. Now now let's see if Mars is placed seventh from the Venus. In that case, what is the kind of a spouse you will expect? Okay. Now, if Mars is seventh from the Venus, okay, and if you are a girl, in this case, if Mars is seventh from the Venus, so also Venus is seventh from the Mars. Okay, so they are in kind of a, like they are in mutual aspect in this case. So now in this case, you will see that your partner will have Mars like qualities. Okay, first she or he could be very energetic. Okay, she may have good physical strength. Okay, or he may have good physical strength, I mean. He or she would love to be active, will like to be active. Maybe they are like, hey, let's join the gym. Hey, let's go for running every single day or jogging. Let's do this exercise. Let's do yoga. Hey, let's just play that sport. Hey, let's just join this martial arts clubs where I can learn, or we can learn martial art, or at least she or he can learn, your partner. Okay, because you have seventh from the Venus is Mars. Okay, so yeah, you will kind of notice this quality. Now when you have seventh from the Venus Mars, your spouse, or I can say your partner, he or she could also be a bit aggressive, dominating in relationship, of course. He or she could also have commanding kind of a nature. Like it may possible that he or she would like to take control in your relationship. They are like, I will take the decision of relationship. So that is the kind of a controlling nature could also be seen in such kind of a scenario, right? You could also notice that when you have I can say Mars seventh from the Venus. Okay, so domination, control, that could also be seen in his or her nature. Here's the thing, because you have this Mars Venus mutual aspect in your chart, so one thing for you will see that throughout the life, no matter how much you guys argue or fight or do whatever, okay, there could be little bit of things will go on because of Mars thing, but the good thing is that throughout the life you guys will be attracted towards each other, because there is a strong sexual and physical attraction. Mars Venus when placed, they makes a person very sexual, and also like they are in mutual aspects. So definitely with you and your partner throughout the life, there is some glue, some bond between you, especially the sexual kind of a thing. The attraction is great, right? You will see that naturally. This combination, when you have Mars and Venus seventh, or I can say Venus like Mars is seventh from the Venus, it also show that there could be some connection of past life between you and your spouse, between you and your partner. Okay, it is also seen whenever Mars and Venus are like in mutual aspect, or I can say seventh from each other, or they are like what I can say in conjunction. In that case, it is also seen that there could be some past life connection between you and your partner. Okay, now of course there are something natural. Your spouse will be a bit aggressive also, sometime could be have a bit high on anger side. Okay, so these things are natural because Mars is seventh from the Venus, so some Martian qualities are seen, but it doesn't mean that other things are not there. Of course other things, positive sides are also there, but of course some Mars qualities you will see. Now if let's say this is in malefic influence so much, or in benefic influence, so that change situation as per that. Okay, but generally if Mars and Venus are like then it is like this kind of a partner you can expect. But if now of course situation will change as per the influence of other planets. I am adding that again and again to all the planets, right? So you're gonna have to be like, so these things naturally you can, at least on ground level, you can expect this, right? So this is, yeah, a few more thing I would like to add, that when you have such Mars 7th from the Venus, you will also notice that a spouse could have interest in cooking. Okay, it could also be possible she could have or he could have interest in cooking, right? So that could also be seen. uh, of course he or she could command you, or will command you, I will say, to be very honest, but at the same time he or she will also have attraction, will also have kind of a that glue with you, that you feel really nice. Okay, so yeah, that could also be seen. It's all about Mars 7th from the Venus, right? Now let's move on to our next planet. Now guys, what will gonna happen when 7th from the Venus, or for girls 7th from the Venus or Mars is Sun? So we will see that. Let's see that. So you know, it also shows that you strongly connected to your spouse and married life, uh, and also you are deeply committed to make your marriage work. Okay, when Sun is placed 7th house from, you are attracted to the opposite sex, and never lack opportunity for love and relationship. You are outgoing and enjoy talking with everyone, even the strangers. You can be good at selling, right? And can be good at convincing others, selling other, right? These things can also be seen. uh, you know, you make good impression on other, especially about your partner, etc. You make a very good impression in attracting your partner. Okay, now because of Sun is there from the 7th from the Moon, it may also possible, because of Sun, it may also possible that, you know, you have no problem or no trouble in meeting other and making friendship and love, etc. It may also possible that when Sun is placed in the 7th from the Moon, that the partner can be of different religion or nationality, right? Or there may be little bit dowry problem, right? Like if you are from like countries where dowry, like India, so dowry, like you feel like insufficient dowry can, you know, sometime see. uh See, I will talk little bit about the negative side also, so that you can just understand and just ready to be mentally to solve just a little bit, right, to help you in this video also. It may also possible that you may fall in love with someone, but your parents, or I can say especially your father, may object you about the marriage, so you have to get ready to convince them if you want to do love marriage kind of thing, because of this placement. Now when Sun is there in the 7th house, the spouse could be strong willed, determined, and a bossy type of individual, like actually, you know, and this case even increase if your Sun is exalted in the 7th house, right, in, like the 7th from the Moon, then it's like, you know, spouse could be like, Sun should not be in high power in the 7th house, because in that case what the problem is, unless there is like the aspect of benefic planet, that is like a good thing, otherwise the spouse could be like so controlling and dominating kind of bossy kind of a spouse can be seen, right? So I'm telling you all these things so that you must have to be ready, that if let's say you will get little bit of this kind of spouse, just try to adjust instead of complaining and all these kind of, because of this placement you have now. It may also possible that there are other some planet like conjunct or aspect and all these kind of thing will reduce that, so that's really a good thing. For that, full horoscope consultation is required. You can take that from comment section below, and the links of website given in the comment and the description. You know, in some rarest cases, or I can say worst cases, the partner could be selfish also, right? You know, but obviously you do not need to panic by listening all that, of full consultation is required. I'm just telling you general thing. Now today my goal is to tell you the good and bad thing little bit of, so that you can also be ready for, you know, the partner has most power in relationships. See, when there's Sun in like over here in this position, so you must have to understand that your partner will try to control this relationship between you and her, or like between you and him. So you must have to be ready to give charge to him instead of fighting and doing like all these kind of thing, right? Because otherwise, if let's say you know that your partner will be dominating because you have sun over here, and now you think that I am also dominating, so in that case what will happen? You will end up in relationship, right? Your relationship will be end if you both try to control, manipulate. The good thing about astrology is that by listening all these stuff, by reading your chart and all these kind of things, you can get like, okay, these things of like thing can be there in my life, so I have to face it, right? Let's say for an example, in your chart, I'm not talking about this one, I'm giving you example. Let's say for an example, in anyone's chart it is shown that you must need to have a really bad heartbreak before falling in love with someone or before finding true love. So you have to face that, like, unfortunately. What can we do if God has given us, because of our past life karma, all these things? So we have to face it, unfortunately. But as the time pass, obviously there's problematic, I can understand that, but after some time you will overcome and karmas will be, you know. So that's why I'm telling you. So the good thing is that you have to be mentally prepared and just try to adjust yourself according to that. Now, one bad thing about this placement that if you, let's say for an example, you have breakup, you have sun from the seventh from the moon and you have breakup. The problem with you is that after breakup, you just try to run fast and jump into another relationship, then another breakup, then another relationship, without even thinking, without ever taking your time. You just jump into lots of relationships. That's really a problem, right? So if let's say you have breakup in the past, now just give yourself time, understand, do something, like heal yourself, do something that's like that you feel that heal. Try to find those activity. Let's say for example, for me, I like traveling, but I travel to different places, meet different country people, different culture people. I really feel amazing, I feel healed. In the same way, you must need to find something that can heal you instead of just jumping from one relationship to another relationship. Just take your time and after that plan wisely, okay? One thing you should understand is that because of sun there, you must have to be subservient, right, in married life. If you want your married life to be good, one thing can I advise from over here, that although the partner, the good thing can be that partner can be in a government position, be in own business, or like a very respected person, could be like a famous also, and there's a lot of positive also. But like the negative side is that he or she will be dominating and he or she will be control your relationship. Now of course this can be different. If like some feminine planet is like there, it can be in feminine sign, and like some aspects of planets, then it things will be changed, then it will possible that your spouse will also try to adjust. But depending upon the sign, or generally I can advise you that if you have this position, then always try to ready to be subservient in relationship. Try to adjust. If your wife is like, or husband is like dominating, then just try to adjust. This is the best thing that you can do for your married life, okay? So guys, this is all about the sun. So guys, let's just discuss what will gonna happen when Jupiter is placed 7th from the Venus, okay? Now guys, when Jupiter is placed 7th from the Venus, or if you are a girl, you can also say that Jupiter is placed 7th from the Venus and 7th from the Mars. In that case, what you will notice is that your partner will have Jupiterian qualities. She will be dominated, or she will have like so much, or I can say very much dominated by, he or she, sorry, both, of course, your spouse, he or she both will be dominated by Jupiterian qualities, okay? Like for an example, he or she could be well educated. You can also say that he or she will have wisdom of Jupiter. uh, you will also notice that when you have such placement, like Jupiter is 7th from the Venus, so you will also, or I can say 7th from the Venus or Mars for girls. For Venus and Mars both have to, you have to see, of course. And for boys you have to see 7th from the Venus only. So if Jupiter is there, so it also show that you will have rise in your life overall. Once you get married, you will see naturally a good rise in your life. Once you get married, it's like boom. So you will start to feel that naturally your life start to become good, better once you get married. Okay, so that's like a natural thing that you will notice in your life. As soon as you get married, you will start to see, or you can say in relationship or married, you start to see naturally there could be some uh, upliftment, some career growth or anything. You will start to notice like, oh my god, wow, as soon as I get married or in this relationship, like this thing becomes so easy. Like maybe you get promotion in your career, you get new opportunity, you start to earn when or earn well, or something happen, something will happen. Definitely you will notice that, it's pretty sure, when you have Jupiter 7th from these planets. Also when Jupiter is there 7th from these planets, then you will also notice that your partner, or I can say your spouse, could also be acceptable. Like he or she will accept things, you know, and also, you know, they are not like very repelling nature, they have acceptable kind of a nature. Okay, so that you could also see. Also you will notice that because of this Jupiter, your partner could also have this good guiding nature, or they have naturally this tendency, or I can say this special ability, that they can give good consultation, good advice to other people. You will naturally see that. Okay, your partner, he or she could have great ability to advise people about certain thing in their life, or I can say something. So that's naturally is there because the wisdom, the intelligence, education is there in your partner with this placement. Also possible that she could be a little bit interested in spirituality, etc. But Jupiter not only represent these spiritual things but also many other things, right? That could also be possible, you know. So yeah, I have tried to discuss the things which is related to Jupiter here, and maybe a little bit kind of a, you know, because Jupiter also show leadership kind of ability, so your spouse could also have, I can say, leadership kind of abilities. Naturally you will see that, so that could also be possible. uh, so but overall you will get, I can say, when you have this Jupiter here 7th from the planet, then you can say that uh, like intelligent, a person who, he or she could have good wisdom, could be teacher, professor also. A very honored and highly respected person can be seen, even at their childhood or like early age they start to gain good, like you see some persons, they have something in their aura, or I can say in their personality, that people feel like this person is very very nice, he's like a very pure soul. So that kind of spouse you can get. Now of course you must need to see other placement, conjunction, aspects obviously, to analyze the full chart. Again, consultation is required, but generally these things can be possible. Because of this, you know, Jupiter, it is also possible that because of this placement, spouse could be confident and you know, attract other people also for good reason. So now for this placement for you, marriage is like the joy for you, it's like the source of joy, I can say. And obviously you will have a beautiful, wealthy and a very special spouse, very I can say very very good hearted, kind hearted kind of a person. Marriage partner is obviously, your spouse is like, you know, good character person, spiritual, religious. And business partnership can also be favored in this situation for you, as you have this placement. Now spouse could be compassionate, diplomatic also because of this placement. Okay, but overall because of Jupiter, as I told you, is like the blessings of the god, so it's overall a good thing. Now spouse can be optimistic and like selling, like can sell things also, although it's like a more mercurier thing, but still, like, you know. And they may also have interest in philanthropy kind of things, giving charity, psychology, like all these kind of things. Social and outgoing and interacting with the people kind of personality of your spouse can be seen by this. placement. So could have good wisdom, and even your partner could also guide you to grow in your life. Okay, so that could also be seen. So this is all about Jupiter. Now let's discuss what will happen when Saturn is placed uh, seventh from the when Saturn is placed seventh from the Venus, or in girls case Saturn is placed seventh from Venus on Mars, then it could possible. Okay, I'm not saying that it's 100%, so don't just think like that, but it could possible, there might be some possibility that there could be delay in the marriage. Okay, because Saturn naturally represent slow, shani. Okay, Saturn shani, things become like whatever, whenever Saturn is connected to any part of your life, that thing will grow slowly. There is one famous thing about Saturn has slow beginning, but Saturn will have great ending, right? That is the best thing about Saturn will give you things slowly. It will give you bit struggle or try to give you delay in the things, but once it give you, then it's really fantastic because it could be there for the very longer period of the time. So yeah, also it may possible that your partner could be a bit lazy, right? There could also be possible, that could be possible when Saturn is placed seventh from the Venus, or in girls seventh from the Venus or Mars. So your spouse could also be, I can say, a bit lazy. You will see that there are chances of that. Your wife or husband, like he or she could also be lazy. It may also possible that there could be some changes in your work when you have relationship or marriage with your, partner. So that could be possible. Now guys, see, seventh from Venus, if Saturn is there, so it doesn't mean that everyone will have late marriage who have Saturn in the seventh from the Venus, because of course other thing we also have to see, but that could be possible. It is one of the factors. I'm saying that and again and again. Okay, because Saturn is there seventh from this Venus, or I can say for girls, Saturn is seventh from the Venus or Mars. So it could also possible that your spouse, he or she could also have this nature to postpone things, because like to delay, like okay, we will do it, we will do later, we will do tomorrow, we will do next week, honey. So that is the kind of a partner could also be possible. Okay, because of Saturn when placed seventh from this, right? So you will notice, also you will notice that your partner, your spouse could also be very traditional, because Saturn represent that, right? He or she could also be traditional when you have Saturn seventh from that. So yeah, so he or she may likes to wear, like, or I can say follow traditions. That could be possible. Old kind of a thing she or he like to follow that. Also the clothes they would like to wear is kind of a simple sober, right? The clothes that we call a simple sober clothes, that's the kind of a clothes they would like to wear, right? Now, of course, when Saturn is seventh from this planet, then it could also show that you know your wife will have Saturnian kind of a qualities, right? So also Saturn show slow, so she may or he may do things slowly. Okay, that could be possible. And also you may notice that he or she could be mature. That could also be possible, right? So yeah, spouse can be whether like the older in age than you, or he or she if like the same age, then he or she will look older, like by face or by their body structure they will look older in age. Also uh, like if she is like the same age of you, then she will look like the more age, like the elder kind of a thing. Okay, or I can say she will have a very older kind of appearance, or maybe older, or I can say elder in age, like the she will be more age than you, or I can say he will be more age than you. Now guys, I am using again she because I am a male. So I naturally, it's like natural for me to use she, so you can understand according to your, uh, you know, gender, right? So it's both he and she. So it's like, if Saturn is there, spouse will be less romantic, little bit, less like all these kind of thing, but more practical person. He will be like, good with you, try to long last kind of thing with marriage, but very practical approach toward life, and also she or he will give you practical advices in your life. Like, they don't just run into things just by seeing them, they would like to see if it's practical or not. So that kind of personality. So it may also possible, guys, that they say that if Saturn is there, so it's like a karma which is back to you from the past life in terms of marriage, right? So it means that you may have some connection with your spouse, that the karma that you have to pay off in marriage. So again, I'm not saying that it's like good or bad, I'm just saying that it's like a general thing that you can understand by the placement of different planet. uh, Again, we have to see all these things like the conjunction aspects, etc., etc. So these are the general thing. These things are seen when Saturn is placed 7th from the Venus, or for girls 7th from the Venus or Mars. Rahu Ketu. So I think it's not a good idea to generalize like the Rahu Ketu over here. But yes, some points I can talk both about Rahu Ketu. If they are in 7th house, it may possible that spouse can be from different culture, different caste, different religion, different country, depending upon other planets, etc. A spouse can have sometime interest in mantras, etc. Spouse can be materialistic also. Spouse can be, love to travel to foreign lands, like the foreign brands, clothes, foreign things, and materialistic kind of things is important for spouse. Extremely intelligent, or I can say clever, or in worst cases cunning spouse can also be possible. So it's like actually something different, there will be something different when you have Rahu Ketu in the 7th house. So uh, but guys, would not like to say that this or that, like hell kind of thing, like bad things. I just try to avoid that, because again, if you say, if I say that, then you guys start to run panic and like, so it's not a good idea to say these things, because we need to see which dasha is running, we need to see what kind of like aspect, etc., is there. So generally these things, like something different is seen by both Rahu and Ketu. I would not like to speak about this planet like uh, in separately. I just generalize over here so that you can at least get some good things or ideas. So guys, this is all about uh, planet 7 from the. Guys, enjoy this video. If you want personal consultation, then you can take it by the link in the description, and I will catch you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.